Amid the stillness of an ordinary day, disaster strikes. A raging wildfire engulfs sprawling forests, leaving ash and devastation in its wake. Elsewhere, floodwaters surge through quiet towns, sweeping away homes and lives. Or perhaps it's the unrelenting tremors of an earthquake that leave the earth fractured and communities shattered. Amid this chaos, countless animals are left behind, trapped, terrified, and helpless. In the heart of the turmoil, a group of heroes emerges. They are the rescue teams, individuals driven not by obligation, but by a deep sense of compassion and duty. These brave souls push through danger, often risking their own lives to save those that cannot save themselves. From scaling crumbling structures to wading through treacherous waters, their acts of courage shine brightly. Even in the darkest of moments, every rescue tells a story. It's the trembling dog carried from the rising floodwaters, the wild horse, galloping to freedom after days of entrapment, or the tiny bird gently cradled in a rescuer's hands. These moments are more than just acts of survival. They are a testament to humanity's boundless empathy and resilience. As we dive into this incredible journey, prepare to be moved by stories that redefine bravery and inspire hope. Witness the selflessness of the rescue teams as they overcome impossible odds to save the voiceless victims of nature's fury. Stay tuned, because this is more than just a tale of survival. It's a powerful reminder of the courage and compassion that connects us all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories of hope and heroism. Together, let's celebrate the spirit of those who go above and beyond to make the world a better place. The scene is nothing short of apocalyptic. Towering flames lick at the skies as a wildfire rages uncontrollably, its fiery tendrils consuming everything in their path. The acrid smell of smoke hangs heavy in the air, blotting out the once clear skies. Trees that stood tall for decades now crumble to ash, while animals scatter in every direction, desperately searching for safety. The roar of the inferno drowns out all other sounds, a symphony of destruction. In another part of the world, the wrath of nature takes on a different form. Torrential rains unleash a flood of biblical proportions, turning tranquil rivers into raging torrents. Streets once bustling with life are now submerged under murky waters. Cars float aimlessly, and homes are swallowed whole as the current sweeps away everything in its path. In the midst of this chaos, animals cling to rooftops, huddle on tiny patches of dry ground, or drift helplessly on debris. And then, there's the unrelenting power of an earthquake. The earth shudders violently, splitting open roads and reducing buildings to rubble. Dust clouds rise like ghostly specters, obscuring the devastation below. Animals trapped beneath fallen structures cry out in fear, their plaintive calls barely audible above the grinding sound of shifting earth. In every corner, the devastation is profound, the toll on life, human and animal alike, immeasurable. Amid the chaos, a glimmer of hope emerges. The rescue team arrives, a group of men and women armed with courage, expertise, and an unshakable determination to save lives. Clad in heavy protective gear and equipped with ropes, boats, and tools, they are a beacon of hope in an otherwise bleak landscape. Their work begins almost immediately. In the wildfire, they push through thick smoke and searing heat, scanning the blackened terrain for any sign of life. The sound of a faint whimper catches their attention. A firefighter kneels down and pulls aside a pile of scorched debris, revealing a trembling puppy. Its fur is singed, its eyes wide with fear, but its tail wags weakly as it senses safety. The firefighter cradles the fragile creature, whispering words of reassurance before carrying it to safety. In the flood zone, the team maneuvers small boats through the submerged streets, carefully avoiding submerged debris. They spot movement on a partially submerged rooftop, a frightened cat perched precariously on the edge, its fur soaked and matted. With steady hands, a rescuer inches closer, coaxing the cat into their arms. The cat claws at them in panic, but quickly relaxes when it senses the warmth of its savior. In the earthquake's aftermath, the team sifts through piles of concrete and twisted metal. The whimpering cries of a dog trapped under rubble guide their efforts. With calculated precision, they lift the heavy slabs, revealing the dusty, battered form of a golden retriever. Its wagging tail and grateful licks bring a brief moment of joy amid the devastation. Each rescue is a testament to their skill and unwavering compassion. The stakes are always high, and every action carries immense emotional weight. A life saved, no matter how small, represents a victory against overwhelming odds. The rescue team's dedication goes beyond duty. It's a calling. They work tirelessly, often ignoring their own safety to ensure no life is left behind. With each animal they save, their resolve strengthens, knowing that their efforts bring a spark of hope to a world overshadowed by destruction. These first acts of heroism set the stage for what's to come, a series of rescues that will test their limits, showcase their humanity, and remind us all of the power of compassion in the face of unimaginable adversity. The clock is ticking and every second counts. In one corner of the wildfire zone, flames close in on a small barn perched on the edge of a ravine. Inside, terrified goats bleat loudly, their cries muffled by the roar of the approaching inferno. The rescue team rushes toward the barn, their movements precise yet frantic. Thick smoke stings their eyes as they hack through the padlocked doors with crowbars. One by one, they lead the trembling animals out, their hooves scrambling over the dirt as the team guides them to safety moments before the structure collapses into the flames. In the flood zone, the urgency is palpable. Rising waters submerge neighborhoods with alarming speed, leaving animals stranded in perilous situations. A rescuer spots movement on the roof of a partially submerged home, a small dog clinging to the chimney, its fur slick with water and its body trembling from exhaustion. Without hesitation, the rescuer straps on a harness and signals the helicopter above. Dangling from the air, they descend into the churning waters, navigating debris as they approach the dog. After a tense few moments, they secure the dog in their arms and signal to be lifted back to the safety of the helicopter. The dog's small whimpers of relief are drowned out by the sound of rotor blades, but its gratitude is unmistakable. In an earthquake-ravaged area, rubble sprawls across the land, concealing lives both human and animal. The team works tirelessly, their hands raw from clearing debris. A faint scratching sound beneath a pile of concrete catches their attention. Working methodically, they uncover a small rabbit, covered in dust and trembling uncontrollably. Its nose twitches as it's gently lifted from the rubble, and for the first time in hours it appears calm as it rests in the rescuer's hands. Every rescue is a race against the clock. Whether it's wading through chest-deep water, cutting through fences, or rappelling into precarious terrain, the team's actions are a testament to their resolve. The stakes are enormous, and the risks even greater, but their mission is clear. No life left behind. Not all heroes wear uniforms, and some of the most touching rescues involve animals themselves demonstrating resilience and bravery. In the midst of a raging wildfire, a mother fox and her cubs are spotted huddled beneath a rock ledge, the flames creeping ever closer. The mother's eyes dart nervously between the rescuers and her cubs, as she instinctively shields them with her body. The team approaches cautiously, speaking softly to reassure the frightened animal. The mother hesitates, but when one rescuer gently extends their hand, she seems to understand their intent. With her cubs carried in soft pouches, she follows them to safety, glancing back at the flames that nearly claimed her family. In another part of the flood zone, a horse struggles against the current, its powerful legs barely keeping it afloat. The team knows they have minutes, if not seconds, to act. Two rescuers plunge into the icy waters with a rope, battling the force of the flood as they approach the terrified animal. The horse's eyes are wide with fear, and it thrashes against the current, unsure whether to trust the strangers. But, as one rescuer softly strokes its mane and murmurs calming words, the horse stills enough for them to secure the rope. With a coordinated effort, they guide the animal to solid ground, where it collapses in relief, its labored breaths signaling exhaustion but safety. One of the most emotional rescues occurs in the earthquake's aftermath. Beneath a collapsed school, the team hears the faint cries of a kitten. The tiny animal is wedged between fallen beams, its fur matted with dust and its mews barely audible. As the team carefully lifts the beams, the kitten struggles to free itself but is too weak. When they finally reach it, the kitten collapses into the rescuer's gloved hands. Its eyes flutter open for a brief moment before it falls asleep. Safe, at last. The emotional depth of these rescues is palpable. For each animal, the journey from terror to trust is evident in their reactions. The once terrified mother fox glances back at her rescuers before disappearing into the safety of the forest. The horse, once wild-eyed and panicked, lowers its head to nuzzle the rescuers who pulled it from the flood. The kitten, too small to express its gratitude, purrs softly as it's carried to safety. These moments aren't just victories. They're reminders of the incredible resilience of animals and the profound bond that forms between them and their rescuers. Each life saved is a story of courage, trust, and hope, adding depth and humanity to the rescue team's mission. As the day wears on, the team knows their work is far from over. For every life they save, there are still more waiting. Yet, with each rescue, their resolve grows stronger, fueled by the moments of relief and gratitude they witness. As the days stretched into nights, the challenges began to mount. The disaster zones became even more treacherous. In the wildfire zone, relentless winds fanned the flames, causing the fire to spread unpredictably. Thick, choking smoke turned the air toxic, forcing rescuers to rely on oxygen tanks that were running low. Each step forward felt like a gamble, as the team navigated through scorched terrain littered with fallen branches and smoldering debris. In the flood zone, torrential rains showed no signs of stopping. The rising waters washed away their designated rescue routes, forcing the team to adapt on the fly. Boats became difficult to maneuver as debris clogged the waterways, and the weight of exhaustion began to settle on the rescuers. Even the animals seemed more fearful, their trust harder to earn as the chaos around them escalated. Earthquake sites presented their own dangers. Aftershocks sent shudders through the already unstable rubble, making every step a perilous task. The rescuers had to make tough decisions about which areas to prioritize, knowing that even a slight misstep could mean injury or worse. As supplies dwindled, morale began to waver. Doubt crept into the minds of the team members. Were their efforts enough? Could they truly make a difference against such overwhelming odds? These moments of uncertainty were fleeting, but potent, as the enormity of their mission loomed large. Yet, amidst the fear and doubt, something unshakable emerged. Their shared resolve. They leaned on each other, drawing strength from their collective purpose. One rescuer, a young woman named Elena, found herself on the verge of tears after a particularly harrowing day. "I don't think I can do this anymore," she confessed to her partner. His response was simple but firm. "If not us, then who?" It was a reminder of why they were there, a call to keep pushing forward despite the overwhelming odds. One rescue would come to symbolize everything the team stood for: their commitment, courage, and humanity. In the wildfire zone, reports of a stranded animal in the heart of the flames reached the team. Locals described a large animal, a wild bear perhaps, trapped on a narrow ledge, surrounded by an inferno. It was a risky operation, but the team knew they couldn't leave any life behind. With the fire's heat radiating against their suits, they set out. The terrain was perilous, with falling embers and unstable ground making every step a calculated risk. As they approached the location, the roar of the fire was deafening, a constant reminder of the danger they faced. Finally, through the haze of smoke, they spotted it. A young bear cub, perched on the edge of a cliff, its small body trembling as flames encroached from every side. The sight was heartbreaking. The cub's fur was singed, and its cries of fear were barely audible over the crackling fire. Its mother was nowhere in sight, likely a victim of the blaze. The team moved quickly, knowing time was running out. One rescuer, Elna, volunteered to rappel down to the cub. Securing herself with a rope, she descended carefully, the flames licking at the edges of the cliff. The cub cowered as she approached, its small frame pressed against the rocky ledge. Elena spoke softly, her voice calm despite the chaos around her. "It's okay, little one. I've got you," she said, extending her gloved hand. The cub hesitated, its wide eyes filled with fear, but the softness in her voice seemed to cut through its panic. Slowly, it reached out with its paw, a tentative gesture of trust. As Elena secured the cub in a rescue harness, the team above worked tirelessly to stabilize the rope line. The fire was closing in, the heat almost unbearable, but there was no turning back now. "We're ready to pull you up," her partner shouted. With the cub secured, Elena signaled, and they began the ascent. The climb felt like an eternity. Every second was a battle against gravity, the fire, and the cub's panic. But inch by inch, they made progress. When they finally reached solid ground, the team erupted in cheers. The cub, though trembling, was safe. The emotional payoff was immediate. The cub curled into Elena's arms, its small body finally relaxing. Tears streamed down her soot-covered face as she whispered, "You're safe now." For a brief moment, the weight of the disaster lifted, replaced by the pure joy of saving a life. This rescue became a symbol of the team's unwavering commitment. It was a reminder that their efforts mattered, that even in the face of overwhelming odds they could make a difference. The image of Elena cradling the bear cub would go on to inspire countless others, a testament to the power of compassion and courage. In the days that followed, the challenges didn't ease, but the team carried the memory of the cub's rescue with them. It was a beacon of hope, a reminder that their work was more than just a duty. It was a lifeline for those who couldn't save themselves. The disaster may have left a path of destruction, but in the safe havens of shelters and rehabilitation centers, hope begins to blossom. The animals, once trembling and desperate, now find themselves surrounded by care and compassion. Each shelter is a sanctuary, a quiet retreat from the chaos they endured. The rescued bear cub, lovingly nicknamed Ember, is one of the first to show signs of recovery. Under the watchful eyes of wildlife experts, Ember grows stronger by the day. Its singed fur has begun to regrow, and it eagerly explores its new environment, often climbing small trees or playfully tumbling with enrichment toys. The image of Ember snuggling into a blanket provided by the rescuers becomes a heartwarming symbol of resilience. In the flood zone, the rescued animals begin to adapt to their new lives. The small dog saved from the rooftop has been adopted by a volunteer, its once anxious demeanor replaced by wagging tails and playful barks. The cat, initially terrified and distrustful, now curls up comfortably in a corner of its foster home, purring softly as its caretaker gently strokes its fur. Meanwhile, at an equine rehabilitation center, the horse that narrowly escaped the floodwaters regains its strength. Its once weary legs now carry it across the paddock with renewed vigor, and its gentle nuzzle against a rescuer's shoulder speaks volumes of its gratitude. Each animal's recovery is a testament to the power of compassion. Their lives, once hanging by a thread, are now filled with warmth, care, and the promise of brighter days. These moments of healing remind everyone involved why their efforts mattered so deeply. As the rescue team gathers to reflect on the mission, the weight of their experiences is evident. Each member carries stories of triumph and heartbreak, of lives saved and the struggles they faced along the way. Elena, who cradled Ember to safety, speaks first. "I don't think I'll ever forget the way Ember looked at me when we reached solid ground. It wasn't just relief, it was trust. That moment reminded me why we do this even when it feels impossible." For many on the team, the mission was a test of endurance and emotional strength. The sights and sounds of the disaster, the crackling flames, the rushing waters, the cries for help, still linger in their minds. But so do the victories. The sight of the flood dog wagging its tail for the first time, or the gentle purr of the rescued kitten, brings smiles to their faces. Not every moment was easy, and the challenges they faced have left lasting impressions. "There were times when I wasn't sure we'd make it," admits one team member. "But then you hear that faint cry or see those pleading eyes and you know you can't give up. You just keep going." The team's shared sense of purpose binds them together. They know their work is far from over, and the lessons they've learned will guide them in future missions. They reflect on the importance of preparedness, the need for more resources, and the ways they can improve to save even more lives. For the team leader, the mission reaffirmed a simple yet profound truth. At the end of the day, it's not just about the animals we save. It's about the hope we bring to everyone watching. These stories inspire people to care, to take action, and to believe in the power of humanity. That's what drives us. As they pack up their gear and prepare for the next call, the team knows that their work extends beyond the disaster zones. They are more than rescuers. They are symbols of hope, proving that even in the darkest of times, acts of courage and compassion can light the way. The aftermath of the mission is a story of healing, for the animals, for the team, and for the countless lives they touched. And as the animals find new beginnings, the rescuers find renewed purpose, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. In the face of overwhelming odds, the courage and compassion of the rescue team shone as a beacon of hope. Their unwavering dedication to saving lives reminds us of the profound bond between humanity and the animal kingdom, a connection that transcends species and circumstances. These stories of bravery serve as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring strength of the animals who overcame unthinkable challenges. They teach us that even in the darkest moments, acts of kindness can illuminate the path forward, offering hope to the helpless and inspiring those who witness it. The rescued animals, once trapped and terrified, are now thriving in safe and loving environments. Their recovery symbolizes the power of compassion and the importance of standing together in the face of adversity. As the rescue team reflects on their mission, one truth becomes clear. Every life saved is a victory, and every act of bravery creates ripples that inspire others to make a difference. If this story has moved you, consider becoming part of this mission. Support local rescue efforts, donate to animal welfare organizations, or simply share stories of courage and hope to raise awareness. Together, we can create a world where no life is left behind. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your reactions to these incredible rescues in the comments below. Have you witnessed or participated in an inspiring rescue? Let us know. We'd love to feature more stories like this. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another inspiring tale of heroism and compassion. Together, let's celebrate the extraordinary acts that remind us of the power of kindness and the unbreakable bond we share with the animals around us.